It didn't take long for Doc Rivers to find a new job after the Clippers and him parted ways only what I think was just a few days ago. All of a sudden, he is now the new head coach of the Philadelphia 76ers, and it's seeming like Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid are probably going to be safe because I doubt Doc Rivers wants to trade 2 stars away or either one of those stars away, especially when both of them are good defenders, and he's always kind of wanted to have a gritty team around him. He had it with the Celtics, he had it with the Clippers. So, with that being said, we're going to rebuild the 76ers, but we're not going to trade away Ben Simmons or Joel Embiid. We're going to try and build around them, and Doc Rivers is going to be the head coach. But before we get into the video, as always, please consider subscribing to the channel, turning on the post notifications, and liking the video. Now, let's get into it. Alright, so like I said, these two are safe, but it probably means Harris, Horford are gone. So my first order of business is going to be getting rid of Al Horford. So we're going to trade away like 2 second-round picks and see if we can do it. Clint Capella, we could do something like that. Some expiring deals with like Bobby Portis, and I don't know what Taj Gibson's contract. Yeah, we could trade for him. These two, their contracts would be gone after the season, and he would have a little bit more flexibility. Spencer Dinwiddie, he's going to decline that player option, so I don't really see that working out. But we could try and trade him in hopes of re-signing him. Clint and a first, that's not terrible. Do I just go for the cap space here? Or do I go for Dinwiddie and hope you can re-sign him and then try and flip Taurean Prince? I think we do this deal. We bring in Capella, we bring in that first round pick, and we run him at the power forward, I guess. And now we have this lineup, and we can trade away Tobias Harris now. So we'll take Tobias Harris and this pick from the Knicks, just a second round pick. Gordon Hayward, that's seriously not, that can't be. Wow, his contract's almost up already? I did not know that. So we could do that and then get some more cap relief. So let me think about that one. We could go ahead and get DeAndre Hunter, get some cap relief with Jeff Teague. Hunter, what's Hunter's 3-point shot look like? B+. So we could do that, put him in the G League this season. Let Jeff Teague's contract run out. Other than that, DeMar DeRozan's contract would run out as well. D'Lo would be a good player to bring in. I think we're going to go ahead and bring in DeAndre Hunter, put him in the G League, and just let Jeff Teague's contract run out. So Hunter's going to go down to the G League, and I'll probably put Matisse Thybulle down to the G League as well. So now we have Jeff Teague, Josh Richardson, Ben Simmons, Clint Capella. This team is kind of a mishmash. It is what it is. Grit and grind, 3.5 stars. We'll run that. I will simulate season number 1. That's all we're putting. Actually, let's see if we can get a first round pick from someone. So let's see if we can maybe get this Pacers pick. Zaire Smith and a second for a lottery protected Pacers pick. Okay, that's interesting. What if I try to get the Bulls pick? Ben Simmons, okay, that's not going to happen. Cavs are going to want to, they don't even have an offer for me. Top 5 protected Grizzlies pick, Matisse Thybulle, Alec Burks. Do I want to do an Alec Burks deal here? Get this done? We could do that. What about just trying to get the Celtics pick? But that's going to be too good. I don't want that Celtics pick. You know what? We can do this trade here. Not the best trade, but now we have a first round pick that might be decent. I will simulate this season, and I will see you guys at the end of it. Alright, 50-win season. I'm fine with that. Here are all the awards. DeMarcus Cousins on the Wolves. Okay, that seems to happen a lot for some reason. Anyways, let's see. The Philadelphia 76ers have Joel Embiid, All-NBA first team. And that seems to be it. Defensively, we also have Ben Simmons on first team. Okay, so that's cool. Alright, so with that being said, we are the 4 seed, which I think is what they were in real life. No. 3 seed. I don't remember. I think they might have been the 3 seed. They weren't the 4 seed because that was the Pacers. Anyways, Joel Embiid, 28 points, 13 rebounds. Nice season from him. Ben Simmons, 20 points, 7 and 8. Awesome. Richardson looked decent. Capella looked good, almost 14 boards. Jeff Teague actually was solid, but he's gone out the door. Unless we can get him back on a cheap contract. But anyways, let's simulate a round against the Orlando Magic. We get that done. And now let's see if we can beat Giannis. We lose in 6. And let's see who wins the whole thing. Giannis and the Bucks win the whole thing. All right, so draft lottery time. I want to see where that pick falls. 22nd. Okay. I thought Memphis would be a little bit worse than that, but it is what it is. Assistant GM, try and bring in Michael Williams here. And trainer, we're going to try and bring in Randy Martin. And we got both of them. I don't care about the other positions. So let's just go down to the draft, see who we get. So let's go to our user pick. And that would be 22, right? Usman Garuba's still here. Scotty Lewis, Makur Maker. We're going to go Garuba here. And in the second round, let's get this guy. He's going to be trash. Doesn't matter. All right, so rookie signing, we have a 56 I'm not going to take. But Garuba is a 74, and we will definitely take him there. 6'9", should be a solid power forward for us. Team player options. Josh Richardson declined. DeAndre Hunter, we're of course going to accept. Matisse Thybulle, yes. Zaire Smith, sure. So, qualifying offers. Poirier, no. Shayak, sure. I guess. It doesn't really matter. Free agency. We don't have enough money for like a star. Who do we have bird rights on? Richardson, I'll try and bring him back for like 49. And then Mike Scott. If he'll take a minimum, we'll do that. So Richardson, Mike Scott are coming back. That's good. And now let's try and bring in like... I need some shooting. So Joe Harris would be like perfect. So we'll throw Joe 2.3. Alright, if we can bring all 3 of these guys in. We don't have enough for Joe Harris. Okay, so let's try again. KCP, A 3-point shot. Danny Green, A-. You know, DJ Augustine's a good shooter. Bryn Forbes is a good shooter. Let's try and bring in Bryn Forbes. And we got him. Let's try and bring in... Can Melly shoot? Nico Melly could shoot. We'll throw him a contract. And then let's just try and bring back like Jeff Teague, I guess. We have rights on him. And like Holiday. Alright, that's probably all we're going to do. So I'm going to go to player progression now. Honestly, the team's not going to be great outside of like our main couple players. But, you know, we do have DeAndre Hunter's up to an 82. Matisse Thybulle's an 81. So we're not too bad of shape, but I need to do some things. Probably need to make some salary decisions that I haven't really looked at. But I will go to training camps. I will load in another draft class, and I will see you guys at the start of next season. All right, so this is what our rotation would look like. It's not bad, but I would like to upgrade a little bit. So let me go look at who's making too much money for us. I mean, Teague, $8 million, but it's not really anybody except that Capella and Richardson both make over 15. And I wouldn't be against trading either of those players. So if we take Josh Richardson and like 2 seconds, could we get something decent for him? Lauri Markkanen to play power forward, that's not bad. But that's a lot of money, $23 million. But also Landry Shamet could come back to town. That would be an interesting matchup. Not matchup, but an interesting fit. Otherwise, I don't really see anything else I like. We might just go all in and bring these two here. Not going all in, but like, yeah, that's a decent trade. So then we can trade away Clint Capella. So I'll throw in like a 2023 pick and then a second rounder in the same year. Zach LaVine would be such a good fit on this team. That would actually be ridiculously nice. Yeah, that would be really nice. I just can't think of what would be like a much better fit than Zach LaVine. He's got 1 year left. We could re-sign him if we had to. I could see him playing in Philly in real life. Not going to say this is realistic, but then also Derek Favors. I mean, Derek Favors can't shoot, but like that's someone we could flip if we needed to, or if we needed a backup big man. So they want Matisse starting over Zach LaVine. You know what? For now, we'll just leave it. So now the starting lineup, I think, looks a little interesting, honestly. Lauri Markkanen. Then off the bench, I mean, can we put Shake Milton or Landry Shamet at the small forward? We could run Shake Milton at the small forward. And this team's pretty solid. But I wonder what kind of value Hunter in a first has on him. I mean, he doesn't make a lot of money, so we wouldn't get anybody super good probably. We get TJ Warren. I don't want to do that. Alright, so it looks like Hunter's probably the best option unless we traded like Zach LaVine and 2 picks here and tried to upgrade even more. But I just don't see a trade that's really going to be worth it for me. And I kind of want to build with this team we have right now. So the one thing I would do, though, is maybe send Garuba down to the G League and like Zaire Smith to the G League, I guess. Rotation set. You know, the bench, solid. We got to make sure we're running a 10-man rotation this year. We're missing a backup point guard, though. I guess that's our big issue. So maybe we trade Shamet for a backup point guard. So we'll take Landry and like 2 seconds and see if we can bring a backup point guard in. But there doesn't look to be anything for backup point guards on this market. Wow. I'm not going to trade for Jeremy Roach. So maybe we're just going to run with it. I'll simulate this season. We'll see how things go. We should be pretty solid. I'm guessing like 55 wins. I'll see you guys at the end of the season. So I was guessing 55 wins. We got 63, which is good. So that means we definitely could make a run at a championship here in year number 2. Doc Rivers wins Coach of the Year for us. So any of our 76ers on any All-NBA teams does not look like it. Defensively, we have Ben and Matisse. All right, so that's good. So we probably had a really solid defense. So we are the 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. Let's go check out the stats. Joel, 23. Zach LaVine, 22. Ben, almost 20. Laurie, 15. Hunter, 12. And then the bench, kind of just 5 points pretty much from everybody on the bench. All right, so let's see if we can... So Giannis must have left, right? Yep, Giannis left. They got Stanley Johnson in his place, which is such an upgrade. That's a joke. That is totally a joke. All right, so we won 4-0. Perfect. Now we got Brooklyn, who's always tough because they have Kyrie and KD. And I don't know how they're always like a 4 seed. We win this one, so now we're going to a game 6. Let's see if we can tie the series back up. Start out nicely, but I wouldn't say it's over. Yep, and we do win by 8 points, barely. Game 7. Let's see if we can win this. Back and forth a little bit. Let's hang on, and we do by 14. So now we're in the Eastern Conference Finals. We're going up against the Cavs, who have Rudy Gobert, Darius Garland, Colin Sexton, Kevin Porter Jr. It's a pretty solid team, but we beat them in 4. That went so fast. Wow. So now we got Dallas and Luka. Let's see if we can beat Luka. They got Danilo Gallinari and RJ Bear. What did they trade to get RJ? Wow. Interesting. So let's go game by game. They take game 1. They take game 2. We take game 3. We take game 4. All right, see if we can go up and lead the series 3-2. So close. Looks like we're going to do it overtime. Come on, come on. We won by 5. All right. Can we win a championship here in year number 2? It looks like we might be going to a game 7, and we are. All right. Simulate this game. Okay, and it looks like we're going to win. We won by almost 40 in the NBA Finals game 7. And Joel Embiid is our Finals MVP. I haven't been recording too long. Let's try and win another one. So, let's go to the draft lottery. I don't know if we have our draft pick or not. We do have the 30th pick, so we have our own pick. Cool. All right, so staff signing. I'm fine. Let's go to the draft. Let's see who we can get at number 30, I guess. And that would be Thomas Burke, I don't. See if he's any good. If he's real, I have no idea. He's a 59. We're not going to sign him. Team player options. Hunter, yes. Thibault, yes. Milton, yes. So, qualifying offers. Shaman and Zaire, cool. Free agency now. Zach LaVine, we'll offer you that. Zaire Smith, sure. Landry Shamet. All right, so all 3 of those guys are agreeing. And let's try and bring in Mike Scott back too on a minimum, sure. So they're agreeing. Let's just get through day 3. Perfect, so we signed them. And let's see who else we can bring in. Some more shooting would be cool. Kelly Olynyk as a backup center if we need him would be solid. Norman Powell would be solid too. We'll probably only get one of those 2. So we got Norman. Okay. So then let's see if we can bring back Nico Melli. And that's probably all I got to do. So I'm going to go to player progression. Let's see how good Usman Garuba is after spending last season in the G League. He should be solid and maybe even be able to be our backup power forward. He's an 82. He went up 8. We might want to trade Markkanen, actually. But we'll figure that out when we get to the season. So I'll send some people to training camps, and I will see you guys at the start of our third and final year. Alright, so if we ran the team as it is and just basically ran it back, this is the rotation we'd be looking at. Again, we have a lot of shooting guards. Norman Powell's probably going to play backup small forward for me. And that means he's probably going to jump. Actually stays the same. All of these guys are 76s. Okay. I got some decisions to make that way, but let's go ahead and probably try to trade Lauri Markkanen and 2 firsts and see if we can upgrade him at all. Michael Porter Jr. would be an upgrade. Kristaps would be an upgrade. What could I use most in the starting lineup? A point guard? And then run Ben Simmons at the small forward? Would probably be the #1 thing. But if we just bring in Michael Porter Jr., we can do that too. And now, instead of Hunter, we can have Porter Jr. Actually, Porter Jr. comes off the bench, I guess. Okay. And now we just need a backup point guard. So I could trade Norman Powell and try and get a backup point guard. So if we take Norman and a first, and do we have another first? Another first. See if we can bring in a backup point guard. Ricky Rubio, he'd be a solid backup point guard. Chris Dunn. Mike Conley. God, Mike Conley really fell off, huh? Jalen Suggs. You know what, screw it. Let's get Jalen Suggs. Minnesota product, Minnehaha Academy. He's going to go in over Shamet. Fix up this rotation. And this is what we look like for the third and final year. I think we can repeat. So let's go to system, grit and grind, 4 stars. We're just going to leave it. I'll simulate season number 3. See if we can win our second championship. I'll catch you guys at the end of it. All right, season's over. 62 wins this year. So what is that? Did we get 63 last year, I think? So let's see if we can do it. Jason Kidd wins Coach of the Year over Doc Rivers, which is a snub if you ask me. But All-NBA second team, we do have Joel Embiid, and Simmons is on third team. Plus Matisse Thybulle and Ben Simmons make first team defense. This team is going to be fun in the playoffs. All right, so let's go check out the stats. Joel 25 and 12, Zach LaVine 22. Only 2. Okay, that's so off right there. Ben Simmons looked good, though. Michael Porter Jr., that's right. 0.9 assists is definitely right. But here are all the stats if you guys are interested. I'm going to simulate round 1 against Indiana. We beat them in 5. Now Cleveland beat them in 5. Brooklyn. All right, we're going to go game by game now. 3-1. All right, let's just see. We beat them in 5. And can we beat the Dallas Mavericks in 5 and just continue the streak? We go up 2-0. 2-1. All right, this is our chance to win in 5. All right, let's simcast and let's see if we can get our second championship in the final year. We 4-1'd every team in the playoffs, and we won our second championship. And Joel Embiid wins his back-to-back finals MVP. So we could do it. You can win a championship with Embiid and Simmons. I just proved it. Obviously, 2K is 100% going to happen in real life. 2K knows exactly what they're doing, and everything is 100% legit, right? Totally, you can't disagree with that. But anyways, jokes aside, thank you guys so much for watching. I had a ton of fun with this one. I'm interested to see what Doc Rivers does with the 76ers. I think that they're a solid team, but they just need to put the right pieces around those two. But selfishly, I hope that Ben Simmons gets traded to the Timberwolves. It would be tough to actually do it. I don't know. Just a hopeful thinking, I guess. Wishful thinking. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I do really appreciate that. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.